Thought I'd see if anyone was around tonight. Never done this live stream before. How does it work? Hello. Hey, someone's around. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to be around tonight, given it's Australian night time. Thought I'd build a small set as a first live stream. How you doing, Lego Studios? Sort these bags out. Some nice pieces in this set with these big flat pieces. I'm good. It's quite late here, but I was going to build anyway, so I thought rather than build alone, I'd see if anyone was around. Let's see. Good number of pieces in this set. What we got here? All right. Just for the record, I'm not expecting to finish building this tonight. It's going to take me a bit longer than that. Start with that bag 1 and 2. Put the rest out of the way. This is actually the second one of these sets I've got because I'm going to build a bridge for my trains with the two of them joined together, which I'll do as a video very soon. When this came out here in Australia, it was officially $160. I got it for half that. So it's actually a discontinued set. The guy in the shop was telling me when I got it that it's not been a very popular set for some strange reason. I don't know why. I always really liked it. I think the main issue might be because it's quite a display set because everything's raised up on each end, so it doesn't sort of have any continuity if you're putting it in a city. There you go. You got a little comic book with it. Some stuff going on from older Lego sets. Get a good selection of figures in this. I've got all the figures from the other one I built sort of packaged up because I'm probably just going to either sell them or donate them to some people. There's a couple of really good ones in there. You get a really nice sticker sheet with this one as well. I do like these. Let me get my computer to go full screen. Hoping there's some more people around. It's going to get lonely if it's just you and me talking. Assuming you stay around, given it's just me. It's just the one problem with being in Australia time zone. I've got to try and catch sort of the rest of the people. And I can't do that usually because my kids are awake, so they won't let me build in peace. Yeah, I really don't know why it wasn't popular because every review I read of it, it was really, really good. So yeah, not sure. But I'm going to take this and the other one I've got and put them together into a mock. I'm going to change the structure of it very slightly and make a few tweaks and then turn it into a train bridge. So, you know, the main problem with the bridge is this isn't quite high enough for something like the cargo train to go through. So it's going to need it needs raising only 1 brick level, but it still needs doing. So that'll be part of what I modify with it. But yeah, it comes with some really cool figures as well, which is that's surprising. So I mean, on the plus side, I was really happy to pick it up cheaply. I was just a bit disappointed that it wasn't more popular because I think it's a lovely looking set. It's got lots of really good play features, and the vehicles that come with it are first rate. So yeah. Okay, fine. Guess I should start building. Do I display set boxes? You know what? I keep them, but at the moment I don't display them. I keep them all sort of together and in one piece. I did see a photo the other day of a husband and wife who are both big Lego fans. I think that makes the big difference. Is they're both Lego fans, and they had they framed all of the boxes from their creator sets. JC, how are you, mate? They framed them all down their stairs, and it looked really, really, really cool. So I might do that with my creator boxes. I'm actually going to order the brick bank tomorrow because it's on sale, and obviously now it's discontinued. It's a good time to buy it, especially as it means it's discounted slightly too. So I think I just dropped the piece. We'll see in a minute. Hey, Snake, there are people around. I was really worried no one was around tonight. There's trouble, as I was saying, the trouble with the Australian time zone. So I was just saying, I've got another one of these. I'm going to combine them together into a train bridge. So to go across my gap here between the two tables. So it needs a little bit of modification, like you've got to jack up the pier to make it fit. But one of the really cool things about this set, though, is you get this minifigure I'm just about to show you, which looks awesome in my opinion. Hang on, here we go. The Hobgoblin. See how good that looks on my camera. A great figure. I will, JC, I will. Hopefully there'll be a few more people around as well. Let's see, what else have we got? Is that all of them? That's all of them. Yeah, I was saying this, I was just saying to Lego Studios, this one's, oh yeah, that's a great price. I got this for 100 Australian dollars, so it's about 60 US, which is why I bought two of them, because it was such a good price. And I'd been talking with, there we go, there's Spider-Man with his web. I've been talking to Mark from the Lego room, and he persuaded me that I needed to get two of them because I'd been talking about building a bridge and he didn't want me to copy his London Bridge idea. So, sorry, Tower Bridge, not London Bridge. I should know that, being English. So I didn't. I decided to get this one. There's a few people who have done it, and I'm going to do it slightly differently, I hope, to how they've done it. But we shall see. Obviously, time permitting. Now, I'm hoping I can do that this week. It probably won't be my main video this week. I've got something else planned for that, but I'm going to try and at least film it this week so I can put it up next week. What pieces of that one? Oh, this one. There it is. So just putting together his flying machine. I should know the name of this because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Just for the record, I'm drinking my coffee, so I'm awake. Oh, that's all good. Thank you for joining briefly. I know it's a funny time zone here in Australia. Like I was saying, it's a bit of a pain trying to get anybody online at this time. So I was hoping there might be a few more Australians around, but we shall see. It was a bit later than I planned to do. Which character? This one's the Green Goblin. And then we've got, I was looking on Bricklink. This is quite a, this is one of the better Spider-Man figures. So I'll tell you what, I am seeing that the quality on the camera is not what I would have liked. So might have to try and rig up my other camera for the next one. It's quite clever though. It's very easy to set up the live stream. Right. I'm going to see how far I get. I'm not expecting to finish building this tonight. As you know, it's not a small set. What did you think of it, Snake, when you built it yourself? Bye, Lego Studio. Sorry, didn't say goodbye. Rude of me. Let's see how. Give it another 10 minutes, and if no one else joins, I'm just going to turn it off and do a normal build. As I said, I was hoping a few more people would be around, but I wasn't going to hold my breath. Unfortunately, I know it's later than it should be. Would really love to catch the US when they're awake, but where are you, Snake? I'm assuming I'm saying your name right, by the way. Let's see, what have we got here? This flyer is pretty cool. I've kept all the parts from the other set, and I've pulled all of these things out because I figure I'm probably going to sell them rather than use them. So that way they'll be worth, well, if I sell it with the vehicle, it'll be a little bit more, should we say, appealing. Let's see. There we go. It's a really cool little flyer. I like that a lot. I'll have some fun. The only thing I might change is that plate on the bottom so I can actually put something there so I can actually mount it. Because at the moment you have to hold this. There's nothing to mount it with. But that's an easy tweak. Let's have a look. All right, let's move on to this pier. All right, I made a mistake last time I built this, where I put that in the wrong place. So let's make sure I got it right this time. I was building one of my old sets from the 80s recently, and the quality of the instructions now versus the quality of the instructions back then. 4:10 in the afternoon. It's 10 past 11 at night here. I was, I don't know if you saw my top, I can't remember if you've seen my top 5 from Sunday night or not yet, but I actually finished editing that at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was just like, I'm not going to miss it. Everyone's expecting it. I'm going to get it finished. I was quite tired yesterday. 4:10 in the morning? God, you're up early. How comes you're up so early? Couldn't sleep? It's about the time my dad gets up. He's staying with me at the moment. What have we got? That. I did. When I built this set originally, I couldn't find some parts, and it's because they were underneath these ones. Haven't done it this time. Needed to do something. It must have been super important to be up at 10 past 4. Oh. I mean, I can't comment. I went to bed at 2 o'clock on Sunday night. Actually, it was 2:30. That was it. Ended up being joined. Yeah, I'm pretty early in the morning usually, but that's because my kids wake me up. It's all right at the moment though, because my parents are staying with us. They wake them up instead. It's great. Don't tell my parents that. It's quite nice though. My dad's usually awake early anyway, so. So how are you doing, Snake? You were on that stream I was on earlier on, weren't you? So I'm trying to remember. It was a long day today. Peter Parker's little hidden camera there. Do like that little touch they got in there. Right, so the other one I built, I didn't put any stickers on, but this one I had planned to do the stickers. So I'm going to do the stickers. Oh, nailed it. Oh, I'm going to get about 5 of those. I love it. Hang on. My yellow spaceman needs someone to hang out with. So I've got a whole stack of the original ones back in my parents' house from when I was growing up, because I was always a big space fan. I am slightly kicking myself actually, because last time I was over at my parents' house, I went through my old Lego and I picked out a couple of things to bring, but I didn't sort of pick out that much. And one of the things that I've got over there is the do you know the old like lunar landing, the old lunar base plates that have the sort of craters around the outside? I've got like so many of those, and they're such a great piece. I wish I brought a couple with me, because they add so much character, and I do hope that Lego brings something like that back in the future. I'm kind of hoping that yeah, I think it'll be very I think it'll actually be one of those ones like the remember how popular the Harry Potter like minifigures were when they collectible figures were when they came out on day one. I have a feeling that set is going to kind of be like that, and if anybody's got a sale on that day as well, it's just going to be absolute carnage trying to get one. So I'm going to be up early and ordering online. That's my plan. That's what Kaz did over at Blockhead UK for the Hogwarts Express. She was up and ordered, and as it goes, the shop she bought it from actually had a sort of buy 2 get 1 free thing. So she got 2 Hogwarts Expresses and something else. She didn't tell me what the other one was, but like I was like, oh, that would have been amazing. That would have been a great way to get it. So I need to get some parts to do my. Yeah, I think like if you're a child of the 80s like me, you love those base plates. But if you're not, then yeah, they're sort of, they go against. Yeah. That being said, like you can't really grumble about those base plates, because you look at the way Lego sells the packs at the moment, and it really annoys me that you have to buy, like, you can't buy 2 straights or 2 curves. You have to buy a straight and a curve, or a straight and a crossroads and a curve and a T-junction. Like I don't want those. I just want the straight and I just want the curve. That's why I've started ordering things like my train tracks from Bricklink, because that way I don't end up with like a million curves like I've got at the moment. It's so frustrating. And the reality is that it costs slightly more to buy it that way, but I now don't have a stack of curves that I'm not going to be able to use. So it actually makes a lot of sense to buy it that way and pay a bit more, but not have the overhead of all of those pieces that I just can't use. Let's see. Really am hoping there's some more people around. Not that I'm not enjoying talking to you, but hey, someone else is around. Are you a morning or evening person? I was just saying, Snake's, it's 4 a.m. for Snake, and it's 11 o'clock at night for me. And I know JC, who was here just now, is in Singapore, so he wasn't. He was. He's a couple of hours behind me, so it'd have been what, 9 o'clock there, maybe a bit earlier. How are we going on this? Right, starting to take some shape. We've got some detailing around the bottom here. Let's have a look. Where are we up to? This side. Let's turn it in every direction except the one I needed to turn it in. There we go. And that one goes there. There we go. We've got what looks like a pylon. I do like the stickers, I have to say. I think they look really good. Ah, another Australia. Whereabouts in Australia are you? Can you see our comments? Sydney, yeah. Oh, Rogue Trooper. Sorry, I didn't see you sneak in there. Sydney. Oh, same as me. I'm saying I'm not expecting to finish building this tonight, but we'll see how far I get. I just spotted I made one mistake with the Green Goblin, which I will fix right now. I did that last time I built this set. I was just saying I got two of these because David Jones had it on clearance, so. And then I managed to find it even cheaper online. So being David Jones, they price matched, which was great. It's one of the great things about Myers and David Jones is they will price match even the most insane prices. I know it's a funny time though, because people are like, everyone in the US is asleep. Europe's sort of gone to work now, and Australia's going to sleep. So it's like a funny, there's not really a good time to do it, unfortunately, from Australia. Like the best time is actually sort of in the morning, because then you get the evening time in the US, which is a good time. There's a lot of people around then. I think something like 30% of my channel follower, 40% of my channel followers are actually in the US. Right, bag 2. Pylon 1, bag 2. I'm not going to finish this set tonight. All right, split this down. 3 pieces over here. Try not to drop too many. You haven't touched your Lego in 2 years. So what game have you been playing then? Colours that piece. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to find these pieces. Somehow put it around the right way helps. There we go. Right, what have we got? There we go. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley, would you? Right. What games do you play, Guardiax? Confess my Xbox is slightly neglected at the moment. I've played a few games on my Mac recently, but to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a lot of time to play games. So there we go. First figure done. Let's put Peter Parker's auntie together. Yeah, it's retired. So I was saying earlier on to just Nate that I picked it up on clearance in David Jones because the guy was telling me it wasn't a very popular set for some strange reason. I have no idea why. I really like it. So I actually picked up two because I've got a bridge planned across this gap here. And it was between doing sort of something like I'm going to take this one and the other one I've got and combine them together and build a big bridge that way, obviously. Just thought it would be something, you know, I've seen some other people do it. I've had a look around at what other people have done, and I generally like, so it looks really good as a bridge, but a lot of people sort of have just left it as standard, chop this bit off the end and join it together. I'm going to try and go a little bit further and change it a bit, and I'm going to use it to run my trains. I might in a version 2 try and sort of do a car deck underneath as well. I think it'd be quite cool. Yeah, I think something that a lot of the reviews came back and said, oh, it's a good set, but I think the main issue is that it's got, like, because it's raised up, there's no end, so you can't really use it in a city properly without doing some work to build it up. That, I think, is the #1 issue with it. So, but like I said, I mean, I'm going to do it with train tracks, so I'm just going to raise the train tracks up, and it's not that high, so that's not that high of a train track. That's the train's, it's going to be what, maybe six straights worth of raises to get it to the right height. So I can always lower it very slightly if I need to. So we'll see how it goes. I'm up for the challenge, but my plan is to remove these middle piers and probably move this in very slightly just to make it slightly shorter span in the middle, and then actually finish this side off on each end as well. I think it will look quite good when it's done. I hope. I will be eating my words if not, and have two bridges that I don't need. So, but I don't think it'll be a problem. I think it will look pretty cool. I've seen a few people run their trains over it. The main issue is it's not actually quite tall enough to clear trains like this one. Oh, there we go, everything's falling over. So I've got this one here. It's like half a brick too short for that to clear it. You prefer the new one over this one? Is that what you're saying? I have to have a look. I haven't looked at the new one. I know this is one of the sort of more popular, sort of better printed ones, but I haven't actually looked at the new ones yet, not properly. What does everyone think of the new city sets, by the way? Personally, I think the new airport set looks a bit like a Duplo set. I was looking at it going, I'm sure my kids have got that one. It's my personal opinion. Oops, firing pieces across the floor. Come on, not twice. There we go. Do you know what? The one. So you're not going to be getting that one's name? Something someone said to me about Duplo. I'm going to say my kids are still sort of, my eldest is 4, so, but they absolutely love their Duplo. Watching them play with it is absolute magic. But yeah, the longevity of Duplo is not huge, and the amount of Duplo you see up for sale on eBay and Gumtree and things is quite terrifying. But something someone pointed out to me is the fact that, you know, Duplo bricks and Lego actually do work together. It's really good for doing fillers for things like tunnels and mountains and stuff like that, because it's really, really solid, and you need a lot less of it than you do normal bricks if you're going to do it that way. Assuming you don't want to build it with, a wooden structure inside. You only like the fire burgers. That's a good set. I like that one. I was talking to JC about that earlier on. We're both in agreement. That's a really nice one. I think the fire trucks, the fire truck in the other set looks really, really good, but it's the rest of the stuff that comes with that set. I just don't think it's worth it. Hey, EFD, how are you? Who else we got? Garligate. Hey, how you going, mate? Which Ninjago set you getting today? I do like the temple. I have to say that's going to look pretty awesome. There we go. There's a police little police quad bike there. Comes apart, but strangely you don't get a policeman, which is odd. There's a few decisions in this set that I don't get. Like, you don't get a driver for the taxi. You don't get a policeman to ride the police quad bike. It's just odd. Why wouldn't you include those figures? Right, let's build the second piece. Hey, Miss Amble, how you going? Destiny's Bounty. Oh, love that. Love that. It's just sitting there behind the box. Fantastic set. You got it before it got discontinued. Was that one in the Black Friday sales? Right, what am I doing here? Hang on. BrickTubers, how are you, mate? Oh, it's good to see there's a few people around. The Combine Harvester. Oh, I like that set. I have to say, I was who was it? I was down on the bricks. I was watching some of his older videos the other day, and he's got like a whole farm area with all the old farming sets. It looks fantastic if you've got the space for it. It's a bit like that new wind turbine. I'd love to get that, but it's going to be like the size of the rest of my city. It's ridiculous. I mean, doesn't mean I won't get it, but it's a bit big. So I'm going to have to figure that one out. But it looks rather awesome. The one I really like from the city lineup is I really like the Peace Basher. I've always been a big fan of those Peace Bashers. I don't know why. I've got where is it? I got this set from the Volcano line because I really liked how it looked. It was a great set. I love the use of this wheel underneath. It's a bit dark, isn't it? There's actually a wheel. Oh, there you go. You can see it there. There's actually a rubber wheel in the middle that makes the tracks go round. Love that set. So I'm hoping the Peace Bashers like that one. I will definitely be getting it if it is. Temple of Resurrection. That's a good set. Isn't that one, the Temple of Resurrection, wasn't that discontinued? Or isn't that like in the discontinued list? I didn't think it had been around that long. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that one though, because I really like that set. I like the whole Volcano set, or just that one? I always love. I think that's if the Peace Basher is like that, I'm going to be a very, very happy Lego fan because I think this is a great, great model. When I do my Ninjago mountain, I'm now decided I'm going to put a snowy peak on the top just so I can put the Peace Basher on it. That's my plan. To get working on that one. I've got a lot of building to do that one. I've got a lot of bricks to get first as well. There's still quite a few of them around in the shops actually. I must go and see if any of them are on clearance because I think they probably are by now. I did see the brick bank on sale somewhere, and I'm like, oh, is it going to go down any further or not? Do I risk waiting and risking it, or do I just go, it's on sale, it's 20% off, maybe I should just get it now, and 20% is still a good price. Oh, that was a good set, the exploration one. I didn't mind that line at all. I thought it was a really good one. It was quite different. They'd done a volcano one before, hadn't they? It wasn't the first time they'd done that sort of exploration theme. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought there were some very imaginative sets in that line, particularly, and some great pieces and some great sets. So this is the second pylon where I believe my brain is not good with names tonight. I'm drinking coffee because it's late and I'm tired, but I really wanted to build. Uh-oh. What's Small Brick City doing? Immediately regretting making him a moderator. Is there anyone left in here, or has JC just hidden everybody? Dude, stop it. I'm hoping you've done something and you're now trying to figure out how to undo it. For anyone that's wondering what just happened, I made JC a moderator on this, and I don't know. Should I regret that decision, JC, or is there something you're not telling me, or are you just figuring out how being a moderator works? All right, how are we doing here? This is the little computer thing that goes in the hideout under the stairs. Put a sticker on. I haven't done a sticker for a while. Put a sticker on. How does this one go? It goes at the bottom. Learn to hold my breath when I'm putting stickers on. Seem to put it on better. Isn't that what snipers do when they're taking a shot? They hold their breath. Seems to work with putting stickers on. There we go. There's a little command center there for under the bridge. Meh. All right, JC, you're a menace, mate. What are you doing? JC. All right. There were people in this stream. JC seems to have hidden everybody. I'll just keep talking. So, just putting on another one of these stickers. Oh, nailed it. I'm on top sticker form tonight. I like the quality of the prints on this one. All right. I have no idea what's going on here, but for some reason JC's account is blocking everybody, and he's not supposed to. He's not even online at the moment. So I apologize to everybody that's just been blocked. Let's try and fix this, because that is not supposed to happen. Let's see. All right. All right, Nate, you're back. All right. I don't know what's going on here, guys. So I'm just trying to figure out. JC is actually out and about, so it's a bit troubling that his account is blocking everybody. Unless that's a YouTube thing. That's really weird. Quite troubling. Unhide. I think that's... Oh, BrickTubers survived. I think that was everybody. Miss Amble's still okay. That's so strange. I reckon that is a glitch. Is everyone back? Did I get everybody? That definitely looks like a glitch in the YouTube matrix. Yeah, all right. I think everybody's back. So very, very strange. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, it's not my fault, but I'm sorry it happened to everybody who was chatting away. All right, where were we? We were talking about volcanoes and the new city sets, I believe. All right. Sorry, just letting JC know I fixed it. I will report that to YouTube though, because that should not have happened. Right, we're up to. Right, so I've got that, goes on there. Next side of the bridge. What time is it now? Oh, 11:45. Should probably think about sleeping in the next 2 hours. Yeah, I was saying earlier on, I was planning to do a build anyway, so I thought I might as well do a live stream and see if anyone was around, because I haven't done a live stream and I've been wanting to do one. I've been participating in a lot of them lately. I thought it was time I sort of just did want to see who was around. It's always nice to talk to the Lego community. Where are we? It's coming together. All right, what are we talking about? Do we have Snickers? We do have Snickers, or as I still call them, marathons, because I still remember them as a child being called marathons. We do, and there's like 15 versions of it. What's it, JC disappearing to? I'm just sharing that with JC. Oh dear. Working on a video with him at the moment. That'll be cool. He's a funny guy. Crazy sense of humor. So yeah, the new city sets. Harvester, I like. The Peace Basher, I like. I quite like the new fire station, to be honest. I don't mind it. I would like to have seen the garage being a bit bigger and actually having a full fire truck in it. I really like the fire truck in the building burning one, but I don't like the crane and I don't like the building. So, you know, I've got to buy a, what is it, probably what, an $80, $90 set. No, it's probably more than that. It's probably going to be like $100 set to get one vehicle. It's not really that appealing. You can still get the old fire station, can't you? Got to be on a pretty good discount, being a clearance set. Might keep an eye out for that one. I quite liked the old one, but I never bought it because I don't have space for it. But if I can get it cheap and modify it, it sort of makes sense, because every city obviously needs a fire station, and I do have a fire truck, but nowhere for it to park. So what are we up to? What's next? Oh, missed. There we go. What goes on there? Coming together. So this is the second pier. It's got a bit of greenery going on in this one. This is where the scorpion guy lives, whose name I have forgotten. I apologise if I offend anybody, because I can't remember anything tonight when it comes to names. Right, what's next? Some quite good little detailing that the Lego designer's done around the bottom of these piers. So he's sort of building up with these bricks. I really like it when I built the other one. That being said, like one of the shops here had a really cracking deal on the Ninjago docks, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to get the brick bank because that's discontinued. But as soon as that deal ended, someone else had it on sale, so I'm fairly confident it's going to be on a really good price quite frequently, because so many retailers seem to be selling that set. I was quite surprised, actually. I didn't think it would be. For some reason, I expected that one to stay as a Lego exclusive, but it hasn't, which is good, obviously, for the rest of us who want to pick it up at a decent price. Lego King Eric, how are you? Have you given your secret agent a jetpack yet? Right. There are some amazingly good deals though around on Lego. Like I was saying to someone the other day, like when I first got back into building Lego, I obviously bought a few things at higher prices than they should have been, but well, sorry, bought them at the right price, but realized I could have get them on sale. And I haven't actually paid full price for a set for ever since. So yeah, it's one of those things that you sort of wonder why Lego actually has the price as high as they do. Yeah, I feel like they'd sell a lot more if they reduced the price a bit. I have just realised I've made a boo-boo on this. Right, I'm going to fix that afterwards. It'll be an easy fix. I have built that the wrong way round while I was talking. There's definitely a knack to talking and building. I'll fix that one in a minute. All right, let's get this lot out of the way. That's actually, who was I watching earlier on? Oh, Bevan. Yeah, it's quite an art form, sort of talking and building at the same time. It really is. I've failed at it at this moment, so I apologise. That goes in there. There we go. So that's the second pier. Got some nice stickers. Step. So that one's that pier. Oh no, that pier. Sorry. So I was saying when I build out the bridge, I'm going to remove this pier. Sorry for the noise. There, got it. It's going to be the first of the bits of deck. I'm trying to be good and not get anything more beyond the brick bank, which, as I said, I'm only getting because it's discontinued, and I really did want to get it. So otherwise, I was going to wait till the new year to get that one. But I will just have to be very, very good over Christmas and only buy BrickLink pieces that I need. So I do need a lot of BrickLink pieces at the moment. I want to finish building out my Hogwarts Express carriages and get the right red pieces. Actually, I need to hunt down. I might have some red pieces thinking about it. But I want to get that finished, definitely. Just sort of focused on finishing a few things, and I want to detail. Like, I'm lacking parts to do detail in my city at the moment, which is, you know, I look at the detail a lot of other builders put in their cities, and I've been so focused on building sets and stuff like that I haven't actually gotten around to doing the detailing stuff. So that's sort of my goal for the next sort of 2-3 months, is to start doing the detailing more and more. One thing I'd really like to do is actually ballast all of my track. You know, for anyone who doesn't know, that's where you sort of put you line under the tracks with bricks, and it raises it all up and gives you a nice smooth surface, but it looks a lot more finished, like a proper train track. Whereas at the moment, it's just sitting on a table. It looks a bit rubbish, in my opinion. I would like to change that, because every time I look at sort of, you know, the Brick family and people like that, their cities just look spectacular with all of the ballasting everywhere. Do you know, I'm not going to do any Christmas dioramas, but what I am going to do, I was thinking about this today, is I'm going to go and sort of decorate all of my modulars and things like that, and put you know, pieces of leaves like this on there with some coloured pieces to actually look like they've been decorated for Christmas. So rather than having a whole scene, because I haven't really got the space for it, to be honest, I need 2 more tables to build out my my space properly. So I thought that was a really good compromise to doing that. What's going on here? Oh, my wrong bag. Bag 3 of them. Strange. It's been missing 2 parts. Definitely missing 2 parts. That's not good. Either that or I'm more tired than I realise. I hate it when that happens. It's definitely missing something. Hang on. Hang on. 2 bag 3s. That's better. Right, where are we up to? One of your Bionicle stop motions, I'm going to make one of my characters make an Australian voice, and he lives in the desert. If it would be offensive to me, I'm not Australian, mate. I'm English. I just live in Australia for the last 12 years. No, I'm English. I'm not Australian. I have a bit of a twang because I've lived here for quite a while, and my wife is from Queensland, which is, you know, even more Australian than Sydney. Sorry, Sydney siders, but you know what I mean. They do have a bit more of an accent up there. So yeah, I'm not offended by that. Don't worry. Strings of Christmas lights, that could work between the street lamps. Do you know, it's funny you say that, Snake. I've got a couple of video series I've got planned. So for anyone that doesn't know, I work in I work in marketing. Well, actually, I work for a tech startup building a marketing platform. So I've got sort of a fairly broad knowledge around marketing and stuff like that. And one of the things we see with our customers, I'm sorry, getting down to work for 2 seconds, is they're always worried about getting likes on their page. How many pieces is this set? It's a good question. I don't know. Hang on, I'll look it up. What I was saying is, like, a lot of people are really focused on the vanity metrics, which is how many likes, how many subs, things like that. But really the value in social media is the engagement you get. And that's why when people come and comment on my videos, I really try to engage them and get them to sort of talk and be involved, because that's where the value is for me as a builder as well, is talking to people and getting that feedback and that conversation going. It's really like why I love the Lego community, because people talk a lot. And there it is. Yeah, so I was saying, so yeah, a lot of people focus on that, but actually you're right, Snake. Like, if you do a video, you've got 30 subs, and you know most of those go and check out your videos, and they all comment and they all discuss it with you. That feels great. That's just my take on it. That's the approach I take to it. How many pieces are in this set? 1,092 pieces. There we go. Right, where are we up to? Coming together. So this is the this is going to be the base of part of the bridge. It's always funny when you see the color pieces that Lego uses. It is a good set. This is the second one of these I've got. I actually have one already built, so when I join these together. But yeah, it's got some really, like, I think it's got some really good play features. It's got some really good looking, like the taxi, and it's great. The figures you get with it are great. The whole thing just looks really, really good. I was talking to Mark from the Lego room, saying, "Oh, I'm going to build a bridge. You know, I'm like considering getting Tower Bridge like the one that he's got through the middle of his city." Anyone who hasn't seen it yet, he did a really good update the other day. I recommend it. He's got a really fabulous, fabulous city. And yeah, I really recommend going and have a look at it. But he's done London Tower Bridge across his tables and runs his train across that. And it looks fabulous. Like, it looks really good. But we were talking about it, and I mentioned I'd seen this one on clearance at one of the department stores here. So we were sort of talking about it, and I'd looked up a couple of, you know, some people have done mocks of it where they have joined like 2 or 3 of them together. So that's my plan with this. I'm going to join the 2 together. I got the 2 of them for like the price of one of them when they were out officially. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, I'm going to join the 2 of them together and then run my trains down the middle of it. So that makes joining my 2 tables together a lot more interesting. I think it'll make a really good mock the way I'm planning to build it. So hopefully it will look as good as I've got in my mind. It might sort of take a couple of adjustments and updates to get it exactly where I want it, but I think it will look really, really good and quite different, hopefully. So I'm going to make some modifications to the whole layout of it. You're going to need more fireworks. What are you going to need? I was saying earlier on, it's like, it doesn't quite go over. It doesn't quite clear this. Basically, it needs one single brick higher, and it's fine. So one thing that's really good is that the road is actually made up of these big plates here. You can literally just pull them up and put the train tracks down where they were. It's that easy to actually do the train bit of it. The hard part is the modifications about, I want to move the piers slightly. I want to take this middle one out. Obviously, that's going to be a bigger span, so I need to make sure it's strong enough. And then I also want to try and keep some of the play features of the set. So whether or not I keep this taxi here hanging off the edge of the building and some other bits, I don't know. I'm gonna figure that one out, but I'm going to do a build on that later this week, probably. It might not be my video this week, but I'll be trying to do the build this week at least. I do need to do a city update. I apologise I haven't done one for a while. I was saying I've been focused on trying to catch up on my builds. I've got a lot of sets to build, and I've got a lot of things I want to put in the city. So more the reason I haven't actually done an update for a while is because I'm just not happy with where I'm up to with it. Is plain and simple. There's so much I want to do. I just want to make it as good as possible. But if everyone wants to see what I'm up to before then, I'm happy to do a sort of intermediate update. Right, where are we up to? So I'm just focusing for 2 seconds. I'd like to visit the Lego house. That would be awesome. It's on my wish list. Don't they do like special invites sometimes as well? So like you can go and visit it normally, but they do special invites to go and see it. Oh, Jonas, yes, it's a bridge. It's the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, what did you think of the Technic bucket wheel? I wasn't blown away by that set. It sort of looked like it was just big for the sake of being big. It looked a bit flimsy to me, you know. But I've seen people do some really awesome things with it as well. I put one piece there. That shouldn't be that one. That should be that one. That should be that one. There we go. I'm hoping one day I can wangle a work trip to Denmark for whatever reason. Maybe I should try and get Lego as a customer of my business. That would be amazing to be able to say that. Like, I think most companies have like a dream client list, and Lego is definitely up there on my list, along with well, I did actually used to have Hasbro as a client of mine, the Transformers company, but yeah, I wouldn't say no to having them as a customer again, purely because I love Transformers. Right, how are we doing on this? I'm building this by looking at the photos. I'm not actually looking at the parts. So may have made a couple of mistakes at some point. We shall see. We shall see. I don't think I have, though. It looks complete. Might actually do a better job of them when I built it with the instructions. All right, that's that. Okay, so first 2 bits are going together. Now, when I did this the first time, this looks really flimsy here, but then magically, in about 10 steps time, there'll be some bits joining that all together, and it suddenly becomes amazingly rigid. Bye, Jonas. Thanks for joining. I was saying this is my first live stream, so thanks, guys, for everyone that's come to watch. I was just doing some building tonight and thought I'd just turn it on and see who was around. I think that's sort of in the spirit of Lego, isn't it? It's always nice to have some company, so as to speak, when you're building things. Bye, GJBricks. Thanks for coming. Right. What time is it? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. I'm going to give it another 20 minutes or so, try and get this deck finished. And then I might call it a night, because it is getting pretty late and I do have to go to work in the morning. Apparently we've got a very big storm coming tomorrow. We're going to get a month's worth of rain tomorrow. So that should be fun. That'll mean the trains will probably break down. Seems to be the norm. Hey, I'm just a natural on the camera. Do you know, I'd say something. One of my things is I'm sort of like I'm one of those people who can stand in front of a room of 100 people and be fine, but I have trouble talking to like 1 or 2 people. I get really sort of self-confident in front of a couple of people. It's a very strange thing. So I sort of started doing this YouTube thing as a way for me to Well, one, I love Lego, and I felt like it was a really good way to actually sort of share my passion for Lego. I'm like I say, I mean, I've built Lego since my mum bought me my first set of Lego when I was 2 years old, she told me recently. So she literally bought me like adult Lego when I was 2, not even Duplo. So, and it's just, I've sort of tinkered with it over the years, but then I just decided it was like my kids are getting to the point now where they're old enough to start appreciating Lego as well. Like I built a set with my eldest recently. She absolutely loved it. And my middle daughter is getting to the point now where she loves playing with it. She's still super destructive because she's still quite young, but they both love it, and their imaginations are coming along so well. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to the time when I can start to share this with them. I don't know how many of you watch Lars Eriksson's videos, but he has his kids in his quite often, and that's really lovely to watch. I really enjoy seeing how happy it makes them and how happy it makes him having them there. The same with BrickTubers, having his boy in all the videos. It's pretty amazing sharing the sort of experience with the kids. I really sort of hope that having that bond means that they will like stick with Lego till they're older, so to speak, because I know like a lot of people sort of drop off from Lego as they go through sort of their teens and rediscover it again as they get older. I mean, I know I did, for example. It's a, what have I done? Oh, no, turned it around too early. Turn it around the next step. You had a large blizzard yesterday, so all your schools were closed. Oh, where are you? Yeah, I got my kids the Duplo train. They love it. Not as much as they love my trains, but they love the Duplo train. New one's really cool, actually, isn't it? Because the new one's remote control. So for anyone that didn't watch my Hogwarts Express video I did the other day, the new Bluetooth system I personally think is fabulous. I know there's a lot of people who said they've had issues with it, but to be perfectly honest, I've found it very, very good. And one time it did fail me. One thing I like about it over the IR system is the fact the train stops, whereas the IR system, the train keeps going when it loses signal. And yeah, that resulted in a train crash, which wasn't fun. There you go. So starting to get a bit of a deck here. Oh, one tip, don't try and pick this up too early. It doesn't react well to it. Right, so that goes on there, and that one goes on there. Yeah, when my mum said that she got me Lego when I was 2, I was like, okay, thanks for that, Mum. But I think I've still got, like, all of my Lego is still at my parents' house. I've got to bring it over. I've got I'm going to do a video this week because I have all of my old instruction manuals and all of my old like Lego ideas books. So I was going to do a couple of videos going through some of those because some of the stuff that was in them was just absolutely amazing. And I'm actually planning to try and build some of the stuff from those books that I always wanted to build when I was younger but never could because I never had the parts. Like there's a couple of really cool trains. There's some really good building ideas. It's just like they're great books. So I'll be sharing that. I hope you guys enjoy it. What's going on in the chat now? Did you see Dub about Lego opening? Yeah, it's good news because one of the problems that we've had in Australia with Lego is everything is shipped from Denmark. So it meant that like we're in the US, you can order like something like $50 and get free shipping, whereas in Australia you had to spend $150 to get free shipping, and it's quite a lot of money, really. So now they've got the warehouse here. The prices drop right down, and the shipping fees lower on the other stuff as well. So fingers crossed, it means we'll also start to see some Lego shops here, because we don't have Lego shops in Australia. There's 2 which are in other cities from me, which means they are, I think I worked it out on Google Maps the other day because somebody asked me. I think it's something like a 12-hour drive to my nearest Lego store. And it's actually not strictly a proper Lego store. It's in a theme park. So a Lego Discovery Center. So it's not very convenient. So I'm really, really hoping that Lego opens a store over here. I actually have been pestering the official Lego people in Australia, sort of trying to get some information on a few things. So they haven't been forthcoming yet, but I'm annoying them so much that fingers crossed they'll start to tell me something soon. I think perseverance is what's required. But fingers crossed it will improve for us here, because I really miss having, like, I'd love to be able to go down to the Lego shop and see what's in the pick-a-brick wall and just buy random parts like people do. Yeah, thanks, Garligate, that helps. But yeah, it's funny because the Lego community in Australia is massive. I mean, the only thing with Australia is it's so spaced out. But I'm guessing because they have now built a oh, there's the deck coming along, by the way. I like the use of the it's the same purple as the Hobgoblin's got on his outfit. So, but you won't ever see that in a set because it's all underneath. So, but yeah, fingers crossed. The fact they've opened a warehouse is a sign that Lego's starting to take Australia more seriously, because they sell enough of the damn stuff over here. Excuse my language. Yeah, it's not a competition, guys. Why don't you all rub it in my face? I'm hoping I can have do a business trip to somewhere that has a Lego store, so I can, like, I'm just gonna save up as much money as I can and go and hit that store as hard as I can for bricks and minifigures. I mean, even down to minifigures. Like, I have to buy minifigures online. I can't just go and pick minifigures up from the store, which is why, you know, back to my my city updates, is I don't have as much in the city as I would like, because, you know, I don't have as many figures as I would like. What city do you live in, Snake? There's that chain. I must be getting tired. I'm having trouble seeing pieces that should be in front of me. Oh, that was one I dropped just now. Oh, there it is. Ninjago. You're a Ninjago. I love Ninjago. Ninjago was a theme that was designed with a focus group by Lego, obviously, but it was a focus group with a lot of adult builders involved as well, which I don't know if that says anything in particular about the outcome of it, but I think Ninjago is a fabulous line. I love watching it. Like I said, my wife asked me why I'm sitting there watching episodes of Ninjago without the kids, because I enjoy it so much. Well, thank you, Miss Amble. I've sort of been hinting at my city, but like I was saying earlier on, it's like I've got so much I want to do, and I look at, like, Mark of the Lego Rooms update the other day, and like, his city is just amazing. And I want to, like, have my city to that point. Like, over here, I want to build it out a bit more. And I'm going to move that because I knocked something earlier. I've got all of this kind of stuff now that I want to build, like, have a layer, like a raised area where I can do all of these sets so they don't get lost. And so I'm planning to get a couple more tables to squeeze in. Believe it or not, I can squeeze a couple more tables into this room, and I'm very well going to do that and use as much space as I can. Lego needs to open stores that are not just in malls. Well, as I said, the ones in Australia are actually in what are called discovery centres, which are run by, I think, companies called Merlin, who are they run theme parks over here. So it's not strictly Lego; it's a theme park, but they get the they currently are the only ones with Lego stores in them. So, which is, you know, as I said, frustrating because the nearest one of those is like 12 hours drive away. And I don't get down to those cities very often. So, but yeah, I will be doing a city update very, very soon. I've got a couple of things I want to fill in, but I will. I've got some absolutely cracking sets to build to add into my city as well. So I'll see how many of those I get a chance to do before my next update. But like I said, I've been trying to catch up on builds because I've got so many sets to build. I'm sure that happens to too many city builders when they want to sort of do as much as possible and they just sort of get bogged down in it and you actually forget to sit back and go, all right, well, let's get on with actually building out the city properly. I've got a ton of detailing I want to do around. That's why I want to change the layout over here a bit to sort of make this the city bit. I've rearranged my my cargo depot over here to I think you'll enjoy it when you see it. It was actually an idea that I am in Sydney. Yes. I did rearrange my cargo depot recently because of something I saw on the Brick Family's one of his videos. He gave me a really good idea for something, and I've sort of gone and made the change now, which actually meant I used my crossroads that I've got 1,000 of that I don't like using in the city because they look like crap. But the way they look in my cargo depot are absolutely superb. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. Again, like when I show you this ideas book in particular, the Lego 777 book, you'll see why it was such an inspiration to me and why I'm so chuffed to have it again and build out some of what's in that book now, because the ideas were so good and so ahead. So I look forward to sharing that one with you. So I'm trying to think, because last time I was in the UK, they've got that awesome, the awesome Lego shop in Covent Garden, which is, I think they're like flagship store in Europe or something, I believe. They did a couple of the Lego Ideas launches there. I really enjoyed it when I was over in the UK last. I could have quite happily just sort of stayed in there all day, but you know, my family had other ideas, and God knows why. It was great, but yeah, I think I went to a couple of other places, and they were in malls, as you say. So, I mean, I guess it's very easy. I mean, here in Australia, there's a lot of malls. Westfield is the company that runs a lot of them. So, one assumes that if Lego does start opening over here more often, that's where they will be, unfortunately. But given that they actually have malls in the middle of the CBD here as well. So, right, I've almost finished doing the bit here where the car comes away from the bridge. It's very hard to build and talk. Just sort of running on autopilot at the moment. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it's like a lot of if anyone likes this set, I do recommend it. As I said, this is the second one of it I've bought, and it looks great to me. I mean, the main problem of it is the fact that it's this high off the ground, and you can't use it in a city scenario. But if you're interested in it for a display set, then it's well worth getting. And now, I remember when I did this last time, there was a trick to this that's different to the manual. That was it. Put that on first and then hook it up. Sorry, just talking to myself for 2 seconds. Fiddly bit. I've got to get this chain on that hook, and my fingers are not the smallest. There we go. Did it. Yay! So that now pulls away. Ah! Ah! Sorry, bad sound effects. I won't do that. But the minifigures that come with this set are really good as well, I think. I do like the goblin figure you get with this one. Oh, I love the Brick Vault, guys. They make me very happy. It's so enthusiastic and energetic, and I'm super jealous that that is basically their job. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe I can get my Lego to the point where that becomes a thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's sustainable as a model unless you can really go all in like they did. Maybe you can. Right, let's get these pieces out of the way. Right. Yay, I have another brick separator. Did anyone notice that you get a different color brick separator with the Lego Movie 2 sets? It's exciting. Along with different color Raptors. I'm excited for the blue Raptors, I have to say. Does Brick Vault actually, I think with Brick Vault, you'll find they don't actually make all of the mocks they sell. I think some of them are contributed by other people. So they're effectively selling it on their behalf. I mean, some of them are their own, but I think you'll find that a chunk of them are actually done by other people. I do want to get, I was looking through their site the other day. I am very tempted by that Colonial Viper I did in my first 5 and a bit video. That was, I think, I'm a big Battlestar Galactica fan, and I think what they built there was amazing. So I've always been a big fan of the Colonial Viper, and yeah, very tempted by that one, I have to say. And also they do a mini, like a minifigure scale tumbler as well, don't they? Or it's a minifigure scale, it's a minifigure scale, which look really, really cool as well. I'm quite tempted by that to put in the city, because I do have the Batmobile from the Lego Batman movie, but it's a bit large. It's not very practical for putting in your city. Where are we up to? So now we're starting to build out one side of this set. So by the time I finish this, we should have most of one side built. Yeah, that's how they do it. So I again, like everyone knows, I'm really big on the community thing, and I love how much that you know, obviously they're making money out of that, but they're supporting like really talented builders, and there are a lot of really talented builders out there. So I really like seeing that kind of thing. That's what I love about Lego community. Right, we're up to. Yeah, when I got back into to Lego, I think like a great many people, you know, GJBricks, everybody knows GJBricks. You can't do a search about Lego without finding GJBricks. But then when you get into it, you discover this massive community of builders behind the scenes who are all sort of overshadowed by the likes of him, who have been doing it for a while. I think he used to do like before he's always done Lego, but he did Playmobil as well, and I think he was big on RC cars too. So yeah, just not that I've been stalking him, but I just seem to recall that he's got links somewhere to these other channels that he's done or had in the past, but now he focuses predominantly on Lego. Brick Bakery, how are you? It's been entertaining because JC was a moderator in here briefly, and his account decided to start locking everybody. That was entertaining. Not sure why. Never making him a moderator again. It was one of his illusion tricks, making everybody disappear quite literally, as someone pointed out. But thank you for saying hello. Everybody knows Brick Bakery does a stream on a Saturday morning, which I do try to make when I can, but I have hungry little mouths to look after. So they unfortunately do have to take priority over Lego sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes. Just clarifying. Nice to see me streaming, by the way. I know, it's about time. It was like I've been saying to Mark over at Lego Room, like, oh, I need to get on the other side of the camera because there's like so much more I can do looking at the camera than talking to the back of it. So, you know, the minute I started doing that, I've been creating a lot more stuff. It's amazing the difference that makes. I'm guessing the fact that Brick Bakery is online means that Europe is starting to wake up, which maybe means I should think about going to bed. What time are we up to here? It's now got to be, what, 12:30? 12:26. That's not too bad. Speaking of Brick Vault, they've just put a new video up. Never enough Lego. Oh dear. They're going to have a haul video, aren't they? They're going to be jealous. Oh, never have enough Lego. I think we all agree on that one. Jang is the god of Lego. Do you know, someone said to me the other day, when you read through some of the comments on his channel, it's more like a cult. I can't really sort of comment on that, but there are some like super fanatical people on his channel. It's quite funny. I do enjoy watching him. There's something really calming about him. I have to say that when he did his video the other week with who was it, with Beyond the Brick, it didn't look like I expected. Kaz! Is it lunchtime? Well, I guess it would be. Thought I'd do my first ever live stream. So how long have I been going now? 1 hour and 30. That's not bad. Don't know how much longer I'm going to last because I do have to go to bed soon. And my wife has a job at 5. Has to get up to do a job in the morning at 5:30. Incidentally, my wife does balloon installs. She's absolutely like amazing like design she does and the way she does these things. So I'm actually going to do a version of the what's it called, the what was the big shop, the creator expert shop, the department store one. Oh, I forgot the name of it, but I'm going to do a version of that has like a bakery on the bottom floor because she loves baking and she's really good at baking. The middle floor is going to be like a balloon studio, and then the top floor is going to be like a sort of creativity / showing studio, because all the things she does, and I find her such an inspiration. I just really wanted to do something and put some of her in the city. She likes Lego, but she won't get into building it. We've had this discussion. So I have to build on her behalf. It's tough. It's tough. Bye. Bye, Go for Bob. Thanks for coming. It's funny, time zones were a fascinating thing. You're talking to some people who are sort of just getting ready to cook dinner and other people who are having lunch. It's the middle of the night where I am, so I should be in bed really. But anyway. I can sleep when I'm dead or something. Oh, it's a bit dark, sorry. I can't remember what I got that line from. But yeah, it's interesting seeing like the different stages of the day people are at and what they're up to, and sort of getting that little sort of snippet into their life. I was talking to GJBricks whenever he does a stream, because he's quite late. Like, he's early here and late there, so I'm sitting at my desk at work pretending to work while I talk to people. I do work. I'm just kidding. But it is tempting when you see a live stream come on to not just sort of jump on and go, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to that while I work. Even if I'm just listening to it, I really enjoy it. There's so many talented builders out there. If anyone thinks I'm rambling, just tell me and I'll stop. But just sharing my love of Lego. Right, where are we up to? Oh, fine, here. My deck's coming along. That is creepy. I think if my my wife's not a fan of his, she doesn't like his voice at all. So I think if she listened to him when she's trying to go to sleep, she would literally have nightmares. So we'll steer clear of that idea. But when I saw him on the camera, he was very different to what I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but he looked different to what I expected. I don't know why. So I really don't know why, actually. Who's still online? I like the village fire station, but I agree, it could have been a lot better. Like, it's a good display piece, but it's not really, you know, put it on a shelf, fine. But actually to actually use it in a sort of proper scenario, it's not very good. I missed the piece. I'm like, I'm sure that should sit flat. Forgot to do the bits underneath. Again, talking and building. There we go. That's better. There. Don't you open that trap door. Doo-doo. There, just showing you an action feature. That would be a good series. Trapdoor. Lego trapdoor. Has anyone done that? Someone must. Kaz, you'd know that. You're good at those kind of things. Has anyone done Lego trapdoor? Galidor. I keep seeing that pop up periodically. I don't remember it at all, but they seem to have a really big following. People are, you know, periodically people go, oh yeah, I got like the entire Galidor set line of sets. I just have no idea what it was. Yeah, I reckon the fire station would be good as a half modular, Kaz. That's a really good call. I was thinking something sort of similar. There's so many sets like that that would do really, really well like that. So look forward to seeing that when you've done it. I did finally get my Lego store. Yay! So I'll be building that at some point soon. Been itching to get my hands on that. So yeah, I'll probably do like most people and build it and then build it into something bigger. I do need to go and clear out a few BrickLink stores for parts, because I need so many parts at the moment to do so many things. So many things. No, you know the TV series Trapdoor, the one with you know, don't you open that trapdoor? Sorry, I can't sing. But has anyone done a Lego version of that? Because I think that would be quite a lot of fun. Oh, when you get a chance, Google it. It's brilliant. I used to love that. It was like plasticine stop motion, and they lived in this castle, and there was a trap door that you never wanted to go down, but periodically, obviously, you ended up going down there, or it had opened and some monster had come up from underneath, and it was like really quite charming. I'm sorry you hadn't heard of that one. I thought you might have. I apologize for that. Harry's Creation, how are you? What time is it where you are? It is. You know, one of my favorite ones recently is Chuggington. I love that, but I'm trying to find where I can buy it online. I think Amazon is the only place you can get it. No one streams it. It was on Netflix for a while, but that's all gone now. So considering if I can do a train mock from that, but I'm not convinced I'm skilled enough at the moment to do it justice. Who's Nick Bluetooth? What am I up to? I lost count of what part I was up to. Oh, there we go. So, getting there on the second side. So I'm sort of building and talking, but not really showing you what I'm doing. It's a pretty solid set, this one. The Lego designers did a good job making this tough. Funny thing is, I think building and talking it, I'm building it faster than when I built the other one without talking. I haven't put any stickers on for a while. That being said, there's some for the deck here. I'm not going to bother putting them on because, like I said, I'm going to convert it to a train line. So there's not really a lot of point in having them there because that whole deck's coming up anyway. And I'm going to use it for something else. Possibly a road bridge underneath the train bridge. Who knows? Anyone who joined, my plan with this is I've got a second one of these. I'm going to join the two together and make some changes, drop this pier and make it into a proper train bridge, which should be cool, which will join these two tables here. I figured that would look different and kind of cool. You know, Tower Bridge was very, very tempting, but I decided I'm going to go down this bridge, go with this bridge for this, partly because it's cheaper, but also partly to be a bit different because I think there's a lot of scope to improve this. So that should be fun. What are we up to? 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. I made, I think it was, Dub did a video the other day, Down Under Bricks, and if anyone doesn't know his channel, but I think he was, he'd got a couple of older sets and he was talking about like the build experience where it was literally like, for anyone that hasn't seen sort of the instruction manuals from sort of the 80s and 90s, they were very much spot the difference. So you had to figure out what parts had been added at each step and then sort of hope you got it right. And then you'd find out about 10 steps later that you'd missed a really important part. What's going on in the chat? Kids TV in the UK, 1:36 now. It's 8:36 a.m. here. It is 12:36. Yeah, 12:40 a.m. here. So yeah, should probably think about going to bed soon. Need at least 5 hours sleep for work. I was impressed by Snake. Oh, you still here, Snake? He was up at 4:10 this morning to do something, so that's pretty hardcore. Right, where are we up to? Gives you a headache doing old manuals. Man, they're fun. I do love the fact that these like old, all these old train carriages still work perfectly with the new stuff. Like nothing, like it's something that amazes me with Lego is the fact that like all the new stuff and the old stuff can be used together without any issues. So obviously Lego doesn't do shell anymore. They're going down the green path. But I wonder how long before they do service stations that don't have any form of petrol pump. Can't be that long, given the last one had a green charging station in it. You have to remember, I grew up doing that. Actually, I like the fact you can go back, like how far you can go back, like 30 years, 40 years with Lego, and the bricks from back then fit the current Lego as well. It's an amazing bit of design, like the quality of design from that long ago. It just amazes me. It's one of those things that I love when people do design like that. Right, where are we up to? Just trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. 2 flats. Okay, I see. So the deck's coming along now. I've got a road surface on there, both the edges. So now it's just a case of trimming along these bits here, which will finish off this bag. So what have we got? There's a lot of sort of I always use the phrase layering, like when you see like a really good mock, in my mind, has like a lot of depth to it, where it's not just this like facade on the outside. There's like depth to it. Like you look at a lot of the mocks that JC builds and Bevan as well, and people like that, where you go in and there's just a lot of thought and meaning, and you can sort of peel away the layers and keep finding more and more underneath. It's like a sort of voyage of discovery almost. I think I missed a step here. Talking again, missed a step. Yeah, I did miss a step. God, I missed a step a while ago. Whoopsie. Oh, I think I missed a step all the way back here. I did. Oh dear. Must be late, must be tired. You were staring at it as I printed out the instructions. It was mental. What were you... It took you 3 days to rebuild an old castle set. It shouldn't have taken you that long. They weren't that hard. God. That being said, I never built a castle, so I can't comment on that. I do like the old castles, though. I've got the Silent Mary to build, and which I was in a video the other day. I think I mentioned it, but all right, that's right. I kind of like, I was looking at again, Dub did a pirate ship one the other day. He managed to get sort of 2/3 of a pirate ship on eBay for a great price, and it made me kind of want to get a couple more ships. I've got Destiny's Bounty, I've got Silent Mary. I sort of Another pirate ship of some sort. Wouldn't look out of place, would it? They did do a re-release. What was it? Back in 2011 or something. They did the one. So that might not be a terrible price. Right, where am I up to? So that's the deck done. Now I'm going to attach it to the 2 bases. Right, where are we up to? So that's that way around. Let's make sure we get it right. Let's put the stairs down here. One thing that's really stupid with this is, as part of building out this one, you put this in with pieces in it. It goes in there. But then when you get to this step, you have to turn it upside down to attach it. So why did it tell me to put everything into that? Seems like that should have been done after. So where does this one go? This is no. There. And this one goes. That's what I've got to spell. Put that on there. This one goes on here like that. And there we have a bridge deck. Let's have a look. So when we put 2 together, that's going to be really long. That's longer than I thought it was going to be. That's going to be really cool. So yeah, my plan is to remove these 2 piers and bring this in slightly, and this has got to be raised ever so slightly so trains can go underneath it. I'm going to try and keep a little bit of the playability in it, but I think that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to need a little bit of extra technique in it to make it stronger, but I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about that. Hope everyone else is excited as me. I think it's going to be really good. So yeah. Anyone who doesn't know, I got these in clip because they were on clearance at one of my department stores, and then I found the price online, and not only did they discounted it further, so I got the 2 for the price of 1 basically. I've been paying attention to other live streamers. Have your jug of water next to you ready, because you get thirsty talking a lot. Right, this is going to be the taxi and the scorpion. Hang on, excuse me just while I unpeel this and try not to fire parts around the room. The unfortunate thing is my Lego room gets used for other storage. So everything under my desks is, laptop's decided to go for a walk. Everything under my, see what you did there. So every time I drop anything on the floor, it's near enough gone. So I need to like put some netting or something down to make sure I don't lose pieces, because it gets a bit annoying trying to hunt around the room and find it. I still haven't found the paintbrush. Luckily, I've got a spare one, but was a bit annoyed when I dropped that one. Here we go. So that goes there, that goes there. I can show you a really cool figure. Yeah, I think get some really good minifigures in this set. There we go. He's really cool. I like him. I still think the Goblin's the best one. I really like the print on this one. I think he looks fabulous. Great color. And he gets a cool little vehicle as well. Just need to modify him so I can actually attach it to something, because you can't attach it in his current form, but that's fine. We can do that. That isn't a hard thing to do. Right, where are we up to? Taxi. Down. Why not? An hour and 50 minutes. That's quite long for a first ever stream, isn't it? was saying they were going to do some like days and days of live streaming. Did anyone see that? I didn't actually check out what it was. I meant to. It came up a couple of times, but I kept forgetting to check it. It's a pretty simple taxi build. I think one thing I said earlier on that surprises me with this set is you don't get a policeman to ride the quad bike, and you don't get a taxi driver to drive the taxi, which seems a bit strange. I mean, I'm guessing Lego was trying to keep the cost of the set down a little bit, but I would have liked to have seen at least one of those minifigures. It sort of would have made sense. Let's see. Do you ever have those like days where you're on good sticker form? I'm on good sticker form. I usually actually do it using Windex, so I can move it a bit, but I'm being slightly lazy tonight, but actually is working in my favor because these stickers are actually really easy to do on the whole. It's just sometimes you get like, especially the clear ones, you get those wrong and they're very unforgiving. Very unforgiving. There we go. Taxi! I just had a heart attack and thought I'd put one on upside down, but I haven't. Nothing worse than when you do that and go, yes, I nailed it. And then you look at it and go, oh, wait, no, it's the wrong way around. Right, what have we got? Read the instructions. Read the instructions. Great. Come on. Who's still here? CMF Series 18 used to £1. That's very good. Wow. I have seen some of those sets still around actually. I might I got most of Series 18 bar the impossible to find policeman. But I get a bit frustrated that there's only one of those. Like, I know Lego's trying to make it exclusive and stuff like that, but it just, to me, feels like it goes a bit against Lego. Having that one of that particular figure in each box, it just seems a bit pointless, because then you end up being inevitably someone goes and buys all of them and it just makes it really sad for everybody else because they can't get it. It's good to see there's still like new boxes of that appearing on the shelves though. That makes me happy. I haven't picked up any of sorry, like I'm talking about the Harry Potter sets, because there was in the sort of Facebook groups and things like that over here, there was people going to the person that queued up at Kmart and went in and opened every, like, and cleared out every box of the police minifigure. Thank you, good work. And I imagine that's the same in a lot of places. I'd like to think it's not, but unfortunately I feel like it probably is. So Lego, if you're listening, can we have a few more? Right, what piece am I looking for here? I should probably look at the instructions. There we go. Coming together. Taxi! The Snickle. Part pickle, part Snickers. Yep. I'm going to pass on that idea. That sounds terrible. I did see a new Snickers the other day though, like, because they need more versions of Snickers, but was nuts and oats. It sounded really good. No, and it was the same with a Harry Potter one, wasn't it? It was one exclusive. Right? So I haven't bothered getting any of the Harry Potter ones, to be honest. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I don't know. I just decided not to because I know that I would end up just having to have all of them. And also, I realised that actually it costs ever so slightly more to do it, but you can generally buy an entire set for like a couple of dollars more than if you'd bought them individually. So I just decided I'm just going to wait for that, and someone will sell it for really good price. There's one guy I talked to online who his company buys boxes of the minifigures to give out at conferences as gifts. So he basically gets all the leftover boxes and sells them online. So he has entire sets of minifigures. So I just contact him and get the sets from him. And he's sort of, because he's bought them at wholesale price as well, he sells them at like the normal retail or less. So I can't really grumble with that. It's a great way of buying them. But I'm guessing not everyone sort of has that facility. Actually, I must contact him and see if he's got the Harry Potter again. Must be soon. Okay, almost done with my taxi. I like the taxi in this set. I wish it was 6 studs wide, but it looks really good. Now I have 2 taxis in my city. Although one of them's unmarked because I didn't open the stickers on the other bridge. So I've only done stickers on one of these bridges. There we go. Almost time. Lego, the largest tire manufacturer in the world. Bit of trivia for anyone that didn't know that. Lego makes the most tires. It's one of those ones when you do a pub quiz, it's a trick question. You expect it to be a Dunlop or a Bridgestone or someone like that, but it's actually Lego. I bet everyone knew that, but anyway, I was just trying to look smart. So what I got 30. There we go. Taxi. Apparently there's 3 people still here. I'm intrigued to see who that is. Who's still here? Is anyone still listening to me, or am I talking to myself now? Garligate, I'm guessing you're still here. Oh, Nate's still here. Mr. Harper, hello. Aren't you at work? Nice taxi. It is a good taxi. I like that taxi. Right, what are we up to? Time to start building out the piers. This is where it gets fun. Right, this is where it starts to actually look like a full-on Brooklyn Bridge. That's what we do. I think I missed a step again. I did miss a step. Muppet. What happens when you're building it's late? So I've got this far. I'm going to finish this bridge tonight. And then drink lots and lots and lots of coffee tomorrow. Come on, push through, push through. Put this here. I saw that you what was the one you put up earlier on, Kaz? Was it a chemical factory? Shall we rename the bridge? Well, I mean, it's going to be the Studsburg Bridge, isn't it? Because my city's called Studsburg. So, incidentally, I'm quite proud I managed to come up with a name that nobody else has used. There, another one there. There's a couple of bits when I was building this I thought were a bit flimsy, but when you sort of start building it out, it becomes not flimsy. So, as is the way with Lego. I think when I was it the? I think it might have been Assembly Square. When I was building that, it was there was a couple of bits where I'm like, this doesn't seem like a good idea. But then suddenly they add a couple of pieces and it's like absolutely the most solid thing ever. Right, what are we up to? What's going on in the chat? Yeah, nasty belching chemical factory, Studsburg. I mean, it's the Brooklyn Bridge, isn't it? Is the one this is based on. So, I mean, unofficially, it's the Brooklyn Bridge. Dun, 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 dun. It's a funny thing, Mr. Harper, isn't it? YouTube can be quite distracting. How did you find this, by the way? I didn't know you followed my YouTube channel. So, Peter's a friend of mine from back in the UK. We used to work together. Right. Studsburg Bridge. All aboard. So what's your next what's the next building for Micropolis, Kaz? What are you working on now? You're gonna, like, I know Micropolis is small, but you're actually gonna need like a whole new room just for it soon at the rate you're building it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's really nice. I like that one. He will appreciate you naming it like that. Can you open the suggestion? No, it's because you like Lego, Pete. No, my work colleagues don't know about my YouTube channel. Keep it. It's my little sort of part of the reason I started doing it was as it really was an escape. Like, it was a way for me to escape from a lot of things. I started getting back into Lego. It's like there's a few channels on there's a few groups on Facebook, like Lego saved my life and things like that. And I'm not that kind of a person, but Lego really has been sort of like, I needed a creative place to a creative outlet for things. And that was why I started making Lego again, was because I wanted to sort of, I always enjoyed it, always made me happy. And I felt like it was something that I can do with my kids over time as well, and they'll really love it. You put up more shelves. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, they don't know about it, so I'm sure I'll tell them one day, or they'll find it. But at the moment, they either don't know or they haven't mentioned that they know. I mean, the reality is, like, sometimes I get home from work at night, and by the time I've like put my kids to bed and things like that, it's like it's so late. Like, I need to switch off. I need to not be thinking about work. Like, I've got young kids, and it's quite exhausting when you get home from work and you've got to sort of tidy up from the day's festivities and feed them and shower them and all of those kind of things. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of your brain, and sitting down and doing work till like 1 or 2 in the morning just wouldn't work. Like, I just wouldn't be very productive. So yeah, Lego is my escape. I'm sure there's I'm not going to rant about my work colleagues. I like my work colleagues. They're good friends of mine. But but this is my escape. This is sort of my way to get away from everything. Like, that's why I did it. Like, I get to use my imagination. I get to be creative. I get to, you know, it's something I control and something I've loved since I was a kid. Like I said earlier on, it's I had my my mum got my first Lego for me when I was missing a piece. When I was 2 years old. Sure, there's a health and safety issue there. I'm not supposed to give 2-year-olds adult Lego, but she did. Thanks, Mum. Exactly, Pete. Have you still got your Star Destroyer, by the way? Pete, when we worked together, I thought Pete was quite frankly mad, but nowadays I realise he wasn't mad. He bought one of the Star Destroyers years and years ago, and it did quite literally take over his bedroom, but it was awesome. He sold it for a massive profit. But just think how big that profit would have been now. Not trying to rub it in or anything, but I'm sure you can get it again. I've seen a lot of people do that, actually. I think it was Alex Nunes did it recently, didn't he? He got he'd sold his Star Destroyer and he managed to get it again online somehow. So he was very happy, rebuilt that. Actually, I don't think it was the same one he'd had previously. It was like I don't know if it was an older or a newer version, but the bricks were a slightly different grade to the one he had originally. He was talking about. So there we go. So that's starting to build out the pier now. So I've got to do that one again. But this is the bit I'm saying this needs to be raised up one. It's not like the it's not like the Le Pen books, is it, where they're sort of bound with metal binder. How many bags have I got left? 2. I think I'm going to have to call it a day after this bag. I'm getting quite tired now. It is rather late. I actually do have to go to work tomorrow. As much as I wish I would like to finish this tonight, I'm not going to. Let's put that there, that goes there. How many got? 5 people in here. Who's just joined? Someone else has come back? There we go. It's getting there. So there's not that much more to do now. So anybody who didn't see it before, they did that. So they're going to become one big bridge, which will be rather cool, I think. So this end bit will come off and I'll join the 2 together, drop these piers. I'm going to move these piers in. Shouldn't be too hard to do. It's quite simple. This has got to be raised up one so I can run the trains through it. But I think it'll look pretty cool. On that note, I'm going to say goodnight and go to bed. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my first stream. I might make it a bit shorter next time. It's a 2-hour build. Maybe should have stopped earlier on. We shall see. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the chat. I appreciated having people here while I build. It's a lot more interesting than building quietly. Pete, I'll buy you another one when my startup does really well. Okay. Night, guys. Take care. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Appreciated it. See you soon.